An unexpected round of game hunting this week, including our annual trip to Blackpool. Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm the man they call Pixel Paul. Thank you for pressing play once again. And I'm back with another game hunt video, slightly unexpected game hunt video actually, because I'd not really planned, and I've said this before in the past, I'd not really planned to do any sort of game hunt this week particularly, but I did manage to grab some games earlier this week, and also I've been on a week off work this week, just a week's leave, and it's been really nice. And we plan to have our sort of annual trip to Blackpool Illuminations as well. So if you're watching from a different country and you're not aware of what Blackpool is a town in the northwest of England on the coast, and every year down the I think they call it like the Golden Mile or something like that. No, I think that's a different place. Basically down the whole sort of promenade of Blackpool front, they have sort of like almost like a light show really, the Illuminations they call them. And every year, myself, Mrs. Pixel Junior, occasionally Pixel Princess Evie as well, comes along as well. But we always do it, and we always go and have a look. But this time I actually went to CEX as well. So for some reason, I've just never been to CEX in Blackpool before. Never been to it. We don't tend to go into the town centre that much really when we go, so that's probably why. But yeah, this time we went a little bit earlier than we usually did. Had a little chance to go into the town centre, and I had a look in CEX, and I did pick up some games, some decent ones as well. So let's have a look at our day in Blackpool. So we're here at Blackpool, we're currently on the pier. We're going to have a walk down the seafront there, head towards the tower, and hopefully have a quick look in CEX as well. Never been to Blackpool CEX before, so quite interested to see what's in there. So let's go. picked up a few games. Coming Bomberts for a brew, and then we're going to go and have a look at the lights, aren't we, mate?
Where's the money?
Who's the money?
I need the money.
You don't need it yet.
Put your window down. Don't want Dad to do it.
Thank you, young man. That's for you. Enjoy. Thank you.
Okay.
They all just drove through.
What?
They all just drove through.
Hello, we have the carrot coming.
That must have been what was holding.
You know my favourite part. That I always have to look really fast. Don't think. Hurry.
Doctor Who.
Big on. Oh my God, look, it's you. You're the
So that's our day in Blackpool done. We're going to go home now and let's get back to the game room and I'll show you what games I've picked up this week. So that was Blackpool, and if you've never been to Blackpool Illuminations, yeah, it's quite the sort of spectacle in a way. I don't think it's necessarily quite as good as it used to be, perhaps. I certainly remember when I was a kid, it was a lot more spectacular, perhaps. Maybe it's just because, you know, I was a lot younger then, and you know, maybe it just seemed different. But it's still good. Little lad, he still enjoys it, and yeah, we did like it. So I hope you like the footage from the Illuminations and from our day sort of in Blackpool as well. But most importantly for this video, had a good look around CEX in Blackpool, and yeah, not a bad little CEX, that one. Well, I say little, it was quite big actually, quite a decent sort of size shop. The sort of glass cabinet of dreams, inside and outside, were really good actually. There were some real big hitters in that store. I can't remember the name of it, but I mentioned this game on Instagram a week or so ago, and it's like a DS game. I can't remember the name of it now. I'll put a picture of it here. But that's the second time in the space of about 2 weeks I've seen that game. £95. I'd never heard of it before, but that game looks interesting. But yeah, there was quite a few decent games in the sort of shop window, and there was a few decent games inside as well. So I'll show you what I picked up. I picked up 4 games from that CEX, and the first one I got was on Xbox 360, Risen, and that was £4. So I picked up Risen 2 a few months ago, and I'd not played any games in this series, so I just fancied getting Risen and Risen 2, but I'd not been able to find Risen that much. It's not overly common, but I did manage to find it in there. So yeah, £4, managed to get that finally. The box is a little bit dirty, so I'll probably need to swap the box out, but the disc and everything else is fine. It's just the box was a bit tatty. But yeah, Risen, interesting to see what that one's like. The next one I picked up, and I think in the last game hunt video I picked up another version of this. I think it was the Nintendo Wii version of one of the games in this series, and I saw this one today and loved the front cover. The front cover for this is awesome. So it's Super Buster Move 2 on the PlayStation 2, and yeah, what a front cover that is. I love that, brilliant front cover. It's only £2.50, and I said it with the Wii version, I do like Buster Move, quite easy throw on games that you can just pick up and play. But yeah, it's immaculate condition compared to the box for that Risen game. This is in immaculate condition, and it has one of the brightest game discs I think I've ever seen. Prepare yourself. Look at that. That's probably doesn't show quite as brightly on camera as it does in person, but that is one bright disc. I challenge you to find a disc that is brighter than that one. But yeah, love that. Super Buster Move 2 on the PS2, £2.50. Again, not a bad little pickup, that one. The next one, this one was a little bit of a gamble because I have 2 games in this series, and I wasn't 100% sure if this. I knew I had the original, and I wasn't sure if I had the second one or this one. But I've checked and I haven't got this one, thankfully. So the game is Call of Juarez, Bound in Blood, and that was £1.50, PlayStation 3. So the second game was The Cartel, which wasn't very good. In fact, it's not very good at all. But I wasn't 100% sure if the one that I had was this or not, and it's not. But this has really good reviews, actually, Bound in Blood. And having sort of looked at some of the reviews of it now and the scores that it got, I'm actually quite excited to play this now, because the first one was pretty good, Call of Juarez. Yeah, £1.50. That's a bit of a bargain. Not seen this one all around all that often either. So as soon as I saw it, I thought, let's grab that. So yeah, nice little pickup, that one. Happy with that. And then this last one from CEX in Blackpool. This was a nice find. I was really chuffed to find this one, actually. So it's not a spectacular game or anything, but it's a very nice addition of a very okay game. The game is Need for Speed Shift on the PlayStation 3. Whoops. And this is the special edition of it. And why is it special? Well, it's got the slipcover, but it also comes with this really weird but kind of cool tire effect rubber outer sleeve. So the main base game is inside. Ooh, there we go. As normal, Need for Speed Shift, but you get that rubber sort of tire effect cover for it, which goes over the top. There's even there's a poster in there, I think, as well. So that's nice to have that in there as well. Sometimes those sorts of things can be missing when you get these special editions. And all that for £1.50. So that's the same price as the sort of standard base game. And it is in immaculate condition. Really, you get these slip covers, these plastic slip covers, and they can be quite often sort of a bit chipped away out, a bit ripped. But this is in immaculate condition. Really pleased to find that for £1.50. I mean, Need for Speed Shift is not a bad game. It's sort of one of the average Need for Speed games, perhaps. But this edition of it, yeah, really pleased to find that. I'd only ever seen this edition of this once before. I think it was in a cash converters a while ago, and the box was just absolutely, it was like a dog's dinner. It was just rough as anything. It was chipped, it was ripped, it was battered, it was bruised, and I think they were charging £6 for it as well. So to find it in this condition for £1.50, really happy with that, because it's such a nice special edition of that game. So yeah, really pleased to find that. So those were the gaming grabs from by the seaside in Blackpool. Yeah, nice way to sort of round off a really good day out there. Earlier in the week, I did also, like I said, I've had a week off work. We went to, I think we went to Bury earlier in the week. It was Bury. And just had a quick couple of hours looking around there, because it's one of my favourite places to go, high streets anyway, to go shopping for games and looking for games, because there's loads of places you can find stuff. And I picked up a sort of reasonable stack, so I'll show you what I got from Bury. First off, and I warn you, these are all very sort of budget friendly, and it's had to be this month because I have been working on a budget this month. And probably today's is just taking me over a little bit, but hey ho. But yeah, working on a bit of a budget. So these are pretty unspectacular pickups, but decent pickups at the same time. So the first one I got is Captain Morgan and the Golden Turtle on the Nintendo Wii. That was £2. Now I've seen this game on the DS. It's a point and click adventure, pirate sort of point and click adventure. Yeah, I'd seen it on the DS. I didn't actually realise that there was a Wii version of it as well. The DS version is a lot more expensive. So for £2, I thought, well, I fancied it on the DS, but at £2, let's get it on the Wii. Again, not seen that around that often. It's not rare or anything like that, but yeah, I quite like these sort of point and click adventures, especially on the Nintendo Wii, because they just work well on it. So we'll see what that's like. Quite like the artwork on the front of that. It's not quite anime, but not far off. So yeah, we'll see what that's like. Captain Morgan and the Golden Turtle. Next up, and this is, like I say, cheap and cheerful. Having said that though, I remember playing this game originally. The original version of this, I think, was a SNES game. So you had Super Tennis on the SNES, and then you had Smash Court Tennis on the SNES as well, which came out quite a while after Super Tennis. Although it wasn't a sequel or anything like that, it sort of took on Super Tennis as the king of tennis games on the Super Nintendo, and it wasn't far off, to be fair. I think you can get Smash Court Tennis on the Switch Online service. I might be wrong with that again, but I think you can. I've seen this version of that game quite often, but just never ever thought to pick it up. And I think just because I saw it and it was £1, I thought, let's grab that as well. So I got Smash Court Tennis Pro Tournament on the PlayStation 2 for £1. And yeah, I'm hoping that will be quite good. I do quite like tennis games. I think of all sports games, tennis is the game that probably translates to video games the best, because it's basically Pong, isn't it, in a way? So yes, Smash Court Tennis Pro Tournament. Interesting. I think I have played a sort of demo of this at one point, and it was pretty good. So yeah, for £1, let's grab that. Another very cheap pickup, and it's one of those that I'm surprised I've never picked up before. I think I saw it on someone's video not that long ago. It might have been Donald Mackerel again. He may have mentioned this game in his Wii video, and it made me think, yeah, I've never picked that up, so I'll grab it this time. And it is GT Pro Series on the Nintendo Wii, £1.50 from CEX. And it just looks like a bit of an arcade racer. It's not going to be Gran Turismo or anything like that. Probably not even Need for Speed. But yeah, let's see what that's like. For £1.50, I'm more than happy to give that a go. So those are the pickups from CEX. The next one was from a charity shop. So I actually managed to find something in a charity shop. It was a bit of an impulse buy, if I'm honest. I just went in one and they just happened to have quite a few games. And this was the only one that I didn't have. And it is UFC 2009 Undisputed. I certainly didn't pay $4.99 for it, but I did pay £1.50 for it. So yeah, another 360 game to add to the collection. Never played a UFC game before, so we'll see what that's like. But yeah, for £1.50, nice and complete, nice condition as well. So yeah, I wasn't going to leave that one. there was something else in that charity shop, and I can't remember what it was. But I think I'd already got it, and I thought, actually, that's not a bad buy, that. But I didn't pick it up. So, but yeah, that was the one I got, UFC 2009. Then we'll go through these ones. So these were cash, and you know I always get these mixed up. Cash Generator. So these three were from Cash Generator. I got for 99p. Yep, 99p. WWE 2K15. John Cena on the front. Yeah, for 99p, I just thought, why not? Let's get that too. Again, sort of nice and complete. So 99p, you can't complain, can you? Again, bit of a tatty box, so I'll probably swap that box out. But yeah, 99p. Next up, this was £1.99. If it wasn't £1.99, I wouldn't have got it. But again, I am a bit of a fan of the films, so although possibly not this film, but yeah, I just thought let's give that a go as well. The Mummy Returns on PlayStation 2. We'll see what that is like. I can probably guess. Interesting to see The Rock as the Scorpion King in the back there on the back cover, and interestingly enough, that CGI is probably just as good as the CGI they actually used in the film for his character. So yeah, The Mummy Returns, PlayStation 2, $1.99. And this one was a nice pickup actually, because I know it's a lot more expensive in CEX at the moment. But this was $4.99, and it's the Mega Drive Ultimate Collection on the Xbox 360. I have a feeling that this goes for about £8 in CEX at the moment. So yeah, $4.99. I think that's not a bad pickup at all for a fiver. So many great games on this compilation. All the Streets of Rage games, all the Sonic games, Rise Star, Fantasy Star. Yeah, just a really decent selection of games on there. Comic Zone's on there as well. Altered Beast, which I've already got. What else? Alex Kidd, Echo Dolphin, Shining Force, Sonic and Knuckles. List goes on and on. There's loads on this. I think I've got this on the PlayStation 3 as well. But yeah, for the Xbox 360, I thought let's grab that as well. So yeah, nice little pick up, that one for a fiver. And then the very last one. Again, I think this was a fairly decent find. I wouldn't necessarily buy this game for sort of like a CEX price, but when I saw it in Cash Converters, I thought that seems quite cheap, so I got it for $3.99. Again, I think this is about an £8 game at the moment. I mean, it could go up, but it is Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. Again, a bit of a point and click kind of crime adventure type game, which I'm obviously sort of leaning towards at the moment because I've picked up a few of these recently. But yeah, I know there's quite a few sort of Sherlock Holmes games on the Xbox 360. I don't know whether these got released on PlayStation 3. I don't remember seeing them on PlayStation 3 particularly. But yeah, Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, $3.99. I can't remember the full price at CEX. I've got a feeling it is £8 at the moment. But yeah, nice little pickup that for $3.99. They were my gaming grabs for this week. And like I said, slightly unexpected, slightly now over budget, but hey ho, what the heck, not massively over budget. But yeah, happy with some of those. I think that Sherlock Holmes was a decent buy at that price. Happy to get that one as well, because I didn't realise just how sort of decently rated that was, that one. Especially after the Cartel was so rubbish. So for £1.50 I was happy with that. Really pleased with that one though. I know it's no sort of great, legendary game or anything like that, but I just think that is such a great little package that it comes in, and for £1.50, yeah, a bit of a grab, bit of a steal, that one. So yeah, really happy with that, and happy all around with that stack. Nice budget stack. I like a budget stack. Anyway, thank you for watching. As always, if you are not subscribed to this channel, if you could hit that subscription button, that would be very much appreciated, and I'll see you next time.